Hey everybody. Um, this is going to be the long form video on how to play Summer by Joe Hisaishi. Joe Hisaishi, you may know him from Studio Ghibli films. He's done the vast majority, if not all, of Hayao Miyazaki's directed films. They started their careers, well, they kind of broke out in their careers together with Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. It's a cool story, actually. Joe Hisaishi, whose real name is Mamoru Fujisawa. By the way, everything I'm telling you about him is like from 15 years ago on Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, Mamoru Fujisawa, aka Joe Hisaishi. Joe Hisaishi is, I guess, some kind of Japanese pronunciation of John Quincy, who is a famous, important American jazz composer, I believe. Anyways, Hayao Miyazaki wrote the manga Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, and he was going to produce that movie. It was going to be his first movie that he's directed. You know, his like debut, I guess. And he wanted to hire someone to do the soundtrack for the movie, and he wanted to hire someone to do a soundtrack for the manga, actually. And what happened was he hired someone for the movie, and he hired Joe Hisaishi for the manga. But when he heard what Joe Hisaishi had composed, this is so, like I said, they started together. So this is also Joe Hisaishi's debut. Joe Hisaishi wasn't famous at this point. Like this is like his first. This is when he becomes famous. So Joe Hisaishi composes, a soundtrack for the manga, and when Miyazaki hears it, he hires him for the movie. It's just if you hear it, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, the soundtrack. Apparently, that soundtrack was originally for the manga, and it was just so good that Miyazaki put it for the film instead. And then they've been working together ever since. All right, enough of that. So this is a song called "Summer" from a movie, because Joe Hisaishi is generally a movie composer, as I understand it. A movie not by Miyazaki, but by a man called Takeshi Kitano. He started his career as a comedian, well-known comedian. I say that because when he wanted to start directing movies, there was that kind of issue of like he's known as a comedian, but he wants to start directing like mostly gangster movies, and so he also works a lot with Joe Hisaishi. This song is called Summer. It's from the movie Kikujiro. And it's a really good movie. I like it. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna stop it here and make a separate video where I just go right into the music. Like this will be the history of Summer. There we go.